So I'm pretty sure you have heard within at least the past week or two that there have been some misconceptions on a lot of articles that started from a rumor stating that Disney was planning on retconning the sequel trilogy, and there were many fans that were very concerned and even believed that this rumor was going to happen. Now, if you have no idea of if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Disney plans on retconning the sequel trilogy by using the world between worlds that was created by Dave Filoni in Star Wars Rebels Season 4, where we saw Ezra Bridger traveling through this another place of the Force where you heard all these different voices throughout the Star Wars Skywalker saga timeline, and there's all these portals leading to certain events that happen, and basically he ended up following the owl that was following Ahsoka throughout season 2, and was one of the owls, the same owl that followed the daughter from the Mortis arc in the Clone Wars. And honestly, this rumor, this so-called article, or this 100% real news is fake. It's not going to happen at all. And here is why. Now, I am going to state that I believe that Disney has thought about this, that it's come across their minds about it. And kind of the reason of retconning the sequels is due to the tremendous loss of the money that went to The Last Jedi. Didn't make the box office. I think it was like number 10 or something, or number 15 after the 2 weeks of airtime at the theaters, and especially with Solo: A Star Wars Story not being able to hit the $1 billion mark, or Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker not even took it like 2-3 months to hit the $1 billion mark. And all three of those films had a lot of backlash to it, but not really towards Solo: A Star Wars Story, just because a lot of people were deciding to boycott that film due to what had happened with The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi was one of the most controversial films in all of Star Wars history, right beside with The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and with The Rise of Skywalker mainly focusing on fan service and pleasing the fans, trying to tell its own story while retconning a lot of things that happened with the previous film, such as using the hyperspace as a weapon called the Holdo maneuver, and retconning the idea of Snoke being Darth Plagueis and being like, oh, it's another clone of Palpatine, and then just making the film a lot worse when they came out with the Rise of Skywalker novel. And here, now, honestly, I can boldly state that I wasn't the biggest fan of the sequels. To me, Episode 7 is, while it's still enjoyable, I do understand it's basically a New Hope 2.0. The Last Jedi, I wasn't excited with a lot of things that they did with the characters, but it is still an enjoyable film. But I do understand that it's one of the most kind of very controversial film in particular, and I didn't really like the Rise of Skywalker. I wasn't really thrilled of how J.J. Abrams took that film and the certain direction and everything, but I do like some of the elements and characters that he brought into the film, and I liked the idea of Palpatine coming back. I just kind of wish that it was kind of teased off, like, through Episode 7 and 8 that he was alive, but I don't know. I guess Palpatine was just cowardly hiding in the shadows, pulling the strings like always. But honestly, but I don't believe that this is going to happen. I don't believe that Disney is going to retcon the sequels, because for one, Lucasfilm, I believe, wouldn't let it happen, because for one, it's going to make Kathleen Kennedy look bad, which that's going to give a lot of fans, they're going to go aggressively towards her. They're going to hate her even more than what they did previously. I'm not going to get in the whole Kathleen Kennedy thing because I just don't really care anymore. But basically, fans are going to attack people within Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy. They're going to attack directors and the story group for not defending the Star Wars franchise with Disney, and that's just going to turn into like a whole huge thing. And the fans are going to be demanding that George Lucas comes back as a second CEO and replaces Kathleen Kennedy with a new one after her contract ends in 2022. But that's kind of one of the biggest reasons. That's the number one red flag that I think that we have to look at here. And the second red flag that this rumor would I'm going to state is that this is going to cost, like, Disney spent billions of dollars, and with Lucasfilm as well, they spent billions of dollars creating the sequels with the constant reshoots, paying the directors, the script writers, actors, the crew for the behind the scenes, the storytellers, the people that help make the merchandise and to promote the film. I don't think it is going to happen, and especially with Galaxy's Edge taking place within the sequel trilogy, I don't believe they're going to do that. They have spent trillions of dollars on this trilogy with 7, 8, 9, Star Wars Resistance, Galaxy's Edge, novels, comics, toys, shirts, clothing, posters, and even video games with EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes as well. I don't think that they're going to do that, and honestly, I'm kind of disappointed that fans believe that this is going to happen, and I'm very disappointed with the person that came out with this rumor and that literally ended up spreading all these articles, all this fake news, this garbage, this junk, and it's a literally big pile of BS. I don't think that this is going to happen at all. This is fake. Do not believe what anybody tells you about Disney retconning the sequels, because for one, Lucasfilm is going to stand up. People like Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, George Lucas. George Lucas has even helped with The Mandalorian, because we even saw him in the behind the scenes for the Mandalorian gallery that we saw. And that he's even in the behind the scenes helping with that film, with that series. So honestly, tons of people within Lucasfilm, if this does end up happening, which I don't believe at all that it's going to happen, those people within Lucasfilm and the Star Wars fans are going to stand up for this franchise. And I think this is just going to, if this does happen, this is going to show how truly greedy Disney is. And honestly, you can't please everyone. And even within Marvel and DC, Terminator fans and Predator Alien fans, you're not going to please everybody, but at least you gave it a good shot. So that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts about this so-called rumor or news, if you would like to call it. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments section below, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.